Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how I made this adorable little home sign with this miniature windmill. I just love how this turned out. I recently made a large windmill and I had so much fun making this tiny little one. So these are the main supplies that you're going to need. 2 of the 5x7 canvases from Dollar Tree, wood contact paper from Dollar Tree, letter stencils. The ones I had were from Hobby Lobby, but I think you can find some at Dollar Tree. They just might not be as big. Poster board, and then some floral wire, and then I will show you the paints that I used and then the other little supplies. Everything that I used I had on hand, so I didn't need to buy anything for this project. So here we go. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take these 2 little 5x7 canvases and glue them together. So I used a mixture of my super glue from Dollar Tree and then my hot glue, because the hot glue is going to make it adhere right away, and then the super glue is going to really hold it in place. So you're just going to want to go ahead and glue these 2 together. And now I'm taking this wood contact paper that I picked up at Dollar Tree. This was like an awesome find, you guys. It was $1 and I've already used it for like 3 different projects. So you're just going to want to measure it like a little bit bigger than the canvases, because you're going to wrap it all the way around the actual canvas. And I like to wrap it almost like a present. And I did go ahead and use some of my hot glue so that it would stay in place better. The contact paper wasn't really sticking very well to the canvas, so I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to go anywhere. Next, I'm taking some of this Waverly Wax Antique color, and I'm actually mixing it with a little bit of water, and I'm going to paint over the contact paper. I wasn't sure if this would work, but I did this on a previous DIY and it actually worked. So I just wanted the wood to look a little bit darker, so I'm just using this kind of like as a stain. Now while that is drying, I'm going to be working on the miniature windmill. So I'm taking, this is like one of those little felt furniture things from Dollar Store, and I figured this would be about the right size, so I was just tracing it. And once I drew it out, I was like, you know what, that's a little too big, so I ended up cutting it a little bit smaller. And then you're going to want to draw out 8 little windmill blades, and I drew that one, and then I ended up just cutting that out and using it kind of like as a template, and then I made 7 more. So once you have all of those cut out, you just want to place them around, because I wasn't sure if 8 was going to be enough, but once I cut them all out, I put it together, and that is exactly how I wanted it to look. So next, I'm taking this floral wire that I picked up from Dollar Tree, and I'm using some wire cutters. I'm going to be making like the little circle around the windmill. So on my big windmill that I made, it went through each blade, but that was going to be way too tedious. So I found that if I just glued it together, I could glue this on the back and it would really give it the same effect. So I also needed something for the blades to attach to, so I cut this into like tiny little 1-inch pieces, and that's what I glued the blades to, and then I ended up gluing that all to the center of the circle part. Next, I went ahead and took that same little felt pad and I made another circle so that I could glue this on the back of the windmill so that it would just kind of hold in place a little better. And then that way I can just glue that right onto the contact paper. And now I'm just going to go ahead and glue that wire onto the windmill. And like I said, this is going to be the back, so when you flip it over, it looks like an actual windmill. So now I've already taken this little guy out and I sprayed it with my deep gray matte Krylon spray paint. That is my go-to. If you've missed any of my other galvanizing videos, I will link those up above, so you guys can check it out. And then I'm taking this platinum craft paint or acrylic paint and a little sponge that I have, and I'm just going to sponge the entire windmill, and this is going to give it that galvanized look. Now I'm just taking some white acrylic paint that I got at Walmart, and I'm going to be doing the stencils. So like I said, I think I got these stencils at Hobby Lobby. They were like $5, but if you use a 40% off coupon, and I've had these for a while. So I'm just going to space out the H, the M, and the E, and then the windmill is going to be the O. So I just went ahead and used one of those little sponges from Dollar Tree and did finish up the stencils. And since the canvas kind of like sunk in a little bit when I was trying to do this, when I took the letter off, it got kind of messy. So I have found that a baby wipe works really well with getting the extra paint off, because while it's still wet, the baby wipe just wipes it right off. And I don't know, I found that this is like my go-to method for when I mess up. Now I'm going to make this windmill look a bit rusty, so I'm using this black acrylic paint that I actually picked up at Dollar Tree yesterday, and I've got this cocoa bean color that I found probably at Hobby Lobby, and I found that if you just mix those two together, it makes the perfect rust color. So I'm just taking my brush and going along all of the edges to make it look a little old and worn. And now I'm just taking some old twine that I had and making a little hanger for this, and I'm just using hot glue because the canvases don't weigh very much, so I think that the glue will be enough to hold it in place. And the last thing you need to do is just glue the cute little windmill in place, and I just used my hot glue gun for that. And that is it, you guys. This project was super fun and easy to make. It took me maybe like 10 minutes, and I just love how it turned out. I think it looks super high-end. I mean, I don't think anyone would know that that wasn't real wood. So I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.